Hey, true believers, Chris Mack coming at you with another awesome action figure review. Today we're going over the Marvel Legends Ursa Major Build-A-Figure Wave Ultron. And I have to say, this is probably the only figure from this wave that I give any semblance of a flip about. The rest of them were just kind of too many Iron Men. Just like there's too many Spideys and too many Deadpools, and surprisingly enough, me saying this, too many Wolverines. So, having an old school looking Ultron, I am A-okay with. If you want to pick this up, he is currently available at Big Bad Toy Store and Dorkside Toys. Yeah, almost slipped on that one. However, I would always say please first and foremost support your local comic shop and see if they have it in stock. So you see here, Marvel's Ultron, Ursa Major up there, and I'm glad that they actually gave him a little spot varnish logo up here. I'm glad about that. Come around to the side, and that's a cool old school Silver Age version looking of Ultron, which is the one we're going over, so I appreciate that look. Come around to the back, get a read up. I'll make sure to get a close up so you guys can read that. Same with the figures from the wave so you can build the Ursa Major. Come back around this way, same old school, gorgeous looking artwork, nothing on the bottom. So with that said, let's see how awesome this figure is once we get him out and posed. And here's Ultron out of the packaging, and my God, do I love this figure. Been moving him around, and there's not a whole lot that you can say bad about this figure. And I have to say that this is definitely the one that shines in the Ursa Major wave for me. Like I said, too many Iron Man characters, so being able to get an old school looking Ultron, that was just like, oh my God, that just made my day. So as I said, a whole lot to love, maybe one or two things that are going to drive you up the wall and frost you. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Backstory on Ultron: his first appearance was Avengers number 55 from August 1968. Whew! Old dude. He was created by Roy Thomas and John Buscema. He was built by Hank Pym, and the way that Ultron, here's some fun knowledge for you guys, he is the creator of Vision. So what he did is he took a copy of the original Human Torch. The original Human Torch was not Johnny Storm. And what he did is he added more advanced technology and created Vision. And in turn, Vision destroys his creator. This happened, if you guys want to read it, in Avengers number 57 from October of the same year. So Ultron, again, after his creation, he's used all over the place, and it's kind of hard to really pinpoint a lot of key books. Though I will say that the most recent Ultron story that I had read, but it had a lot of potential, but got bogged down, was the 2013 Age of Ultron event. It takes place on Earth -61112. Comics. And he's returned, and he's annihilated humanity, and what little strays left of the Avengers try to take him down. And it's such a good idea, but then they start going crazy with changing time, and it killed it, in my personal opinion. I was hoping that when the MCU was introducing the Age of Ultron story arc, I was hoping that they were going to go for a post-apocalyptic look like that series. But instead of getting an Age of Ultron, we got a few days of Ultron. And it just killed me. It's like, oh, they just took the title. But anyway, interesting villain. He's been on different villain teams. If you guys want to name him out in the comments, feel free to let me know. I just didn't want to go that deep into the past with all that stuff. So with that out of the way, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. So on his hands, he comes with a fist and an open hand, so you can get that epic open hand villain pose that, Ultron, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Apocalypse, all those cats use, but it's always a welcome addition. And then on top of that, you do get more hands, which helps. And, Ultron never uses weapons, so it makes sense to give him weapons. He has like a choking hand, which I wish you could, when you're going up against a character, I wish you could open these up to actually make it look like he's choking them, because, yeah, that's not going to happen unless you warm that hand up. And the silver on him is done really nice. I love the sheen and how it shines, and the light looks good, plus the little roboticness like on the knuckles. Just beautiful attention to detail. So you get another closed fist there, and then you get another choking, holding, grabbing hand there. And as you can see how it just reflects in the light. Gorgeous. Now what I like here is he comes with this flame effect. And I wish, if you look at it, it has like that old school Kirby crackle feel, but I wish they would have put some black in it to really say, hey, we're trying to go for the old school Kirby crackle look. And this, I have a love-hate relationship with this thing thus far, because what it does is you're supposed to put it in Ultron's mouth. And I wish they would have maybe put attachments where you can put this in and connect it. But what you have to do is sort of feed it, fold it, flip it, bop it. And when you get it in there, it doesn't look too bad, though. He looks like a very angry dog with a bone, but that's just my personal opinion. But it's a welcome addition. You see how you get the light hitting right. You don't really see the color in the mouth, so you just kind of have that black void with all this flame coming out. That looks cool. So I can't complain too much, but it's just, I hate when things are a pain in the butt, because I like to live my life as simple as I can. So as you can see here, the face, I do have a little bit of paint smudging here on the face, which irks my girt, but c'est la vie. I like how they really made sure to make this Silver Age looking, how all the dents and whatnot. I like the antennas. That's always an old school. The shoulder pad dots, good stuff. The line work. And then again, you get more of that silver sheen, just really all the way down. You'd think that'd be too much, but you know, Ultron is a robot. And of course, all the line work that they would do back in the Silver Age just kind of give this character just another otherworldly look. Kind of reminds me of that robot from the Metropolis poster. If you guys have never seen Metropolis, epic movie. And what I like too is, even though they put the legal stuff back here on the thighs, they covered it with silver, so it doesn't really stand out as where, like, say for example, Gwenpool, where they'll just put this stuff in black ink right on the back of her leg. It's like, why couldn't you just make it flashed? Or I think they did it. Yeah, they did it also with the Scarlet Witch. It's like, why couldn't you guys just kind of raised up and did that in a dark gray? It just makes zero sense to me. Now, he does come with rocket boosters on his feet, and you can see where you can peg stuff. So I wish he would have came with his own rocket boosters, but I'm sure you can use like an Iron Man one that has the pegs and just plug him in there, make it look like he's flying, then you get him on a stand. The little belt there looks good. But yeah, he looks like a metal man, and it's just a very awesome, simplistic piece. And a lot of times, you know that less is more, and just the line work and all that silver paint, and then those red eyes. Look at them eyeballs real quick. Very villainous. I like how they're just really slat, just very at a point, exaggerated, even though the left eye is a little bit smaller than the right eye. That's okay. And then again, you see how you can see a little bit of the silver in the mouth, but when you get the light off of it, you know, you hit those shadows, and it just gives it that very gnarly, evil look. So paint apps, I really love what they did. This looks like the Ultron that I remember from the comics. The articulation overall is awesome. There's only one thing that, you know, chaps my butt and climbs me up the wall and frosts me, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's go ahead and start at the top and work our way down. Giggity, giggity. So his head can go down that much. And then look at that. Boom! And again, guys, always make sure to warm up your figures. I'm not sure if that's like a double hinge, but I like that you can really get that going. And you can, so you can move the neck around that way. Can go 360, but I never do that with my figures, but you have the option. Arms spin 360 that way, and I'm glad that the pads here move around. So if you move the arm, you can at least adjust the shoulder pads accordingly. Arms go out that way. And of course, that way so you can get that hip-hop, hooray! Oh, okay, we're done. Double jointed elbows, hand spin 360, hand go up, hand go down. And then you can spin. What I like too is he's on two hinges here, so you can twist him that way. You can twist him that way, so you really get a very awesome range of motion, which also helps with the ab crunch a little bit. So you can go down about that much. and back that much. Legs can go out relatively well. Then go up. Oh boy, I warmed him up and he's still being a turd. And here's where the articulation starts to slay me. So, oh boy, is he tight. Oh my. Let's try the other leg. I warmed this up too. He does have double jointed knees, just that one I guess didn't get heated enough. Because you can see here, the joint. But at least it's double jointed knees. Now, when you try to put the leg back, see how you can go forward that much as I just said? He has that old school mold on the butt flap. And the butt flap hinders you. So when you want to put his leg out, you have to do it to the side. And it looks like he's doing Air Jordan instead of actually kicking backwards. So that's frustrating. The other thing I forgot to mention on the arm is he does have the upper bicep swivel. So that upper thigh swivel does have a boot cut here. Feet go up that much. Feet go down that much. And of course, ankle pivots. So the upper body, I feel like they did an awesome job on. But when it was like, oh, hey, we're not quite done with him, let's just give him an old mold going downward. We'll give him the butt flap and then just kind of make the double jointed knees a pain in the butt. So those are my only two gripes in terms of the articulation. Now here's Ultron. Next, some awesome Marvel Legend figures. Here's the Sauron Build-A-Figure Wave X-Men Deadpool. Here's the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Wolverine. The Apocalypses Build-A-Figure Waves Sabretooth and Wolverine. And I just love how Ultron just stands here large and in charge. And just looking at this figure and the way he's posed with the little energy blast that he comes with, it just screams that Jack Kirby era. And that's why I had to pick it up. And that's why I'm so disappointed that from this wave, there were too many Iron Men. I mean, they had Riri and then two other armored ones. And then they had Dark Star. And then, of course, you build Ursa Major. The wave just didn't make sense. I feel like, they should have had Ultron and then some other Avengers. Or I don't know. What figures would you want to see? Because I was not that super impressed. But when I saw that Ultron, man, hell yeah. And he put him up against some X-Men figures, which I know he doesn't really interact with the X-Men that much. But still, damn good looking figure. I like how him and Sabretooth kind of tower over the rest of them, while Wade's kind of more of a regular human size, and then Logan, of course, as we've talked about before, being the runt, works perfect. Now, another comparison that I do want to do, let's get Logan and Creed out of the way, put them off to the side. We will be going over this figure next time, but just for some size comparisons, whew, doggy, there is Ursa Major. Let me back this up a little bit. And look how this bear towers over everybody else. I mean, even if you bring Creed back in here, yeah, that bear is going to eat him alive. So, yeah, I like the size that Ultron is. I'm glad, again, that Hasbro pays attention to scaling and then didn't just make Ursa a regular size like I said in the old 90s Toy Biz where everybody almost had the exact same head size. It was just kind of like awkward. I was just kind of like, why would you do that? But anyway, I love every single one of these figures. But like I said, I grew up reading mostly Marvel and then dived into DC. So every one of these characters, for the most part, always hold a special place in my heart. What do you guys think? Which one of these figures, or characters should I say, is your ultimate favorite? Let me know down in the comments. I absolutely love this figure, guys. From the moment I grabbed him at Walmart to the moment I took him out of the packaging, I have been searching high and low for an Ultron I could put up against my Avengers. And I got it, so I cannot wait to see him deck Captain America and then Iron Man come in and smack him and Thor. I do wish I had a Vision, though. But the price for him right now, forget about it. If you guys know where I can get a decently priced Vision, not movie version, comic version, let me know down in the comments. But I highly suggest, while the Ursa Major wave is new, get out there and find this figure while you can, guys. Because I got a funny feeling this one is going to jump up in price just because Ultron is a badass. The movie, yeah. Comic book, oh, yeah. So, if you have enjoyed this figure, please, first and foremost, support your local comic shop and see if they have it in stock. And if you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little villain bell next to subscribe, that way as we can continue to upload content, you guys can come to the channel. Love talking with you all and hearing your feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, photo slideshow coming up next, and I hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.